Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to the Music Lab podcast. My name is Dogg, and I'm so excited to be back with all of you for another episode of the podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to be honest, this is a special one, partially because it's taken this long, June, to have one of these episodes, but no matter what, it is always a fun episode and a series that we started a couple years ago. It is called The Bottom Line on the Bottom Lines. And ladies and gentlemen, you're like, what the hell does that mean, Dog? Well, it means when you look at a music festival poster lineup, you'll notice that the bands that aren't as popular are always in small lettering, small font, and it's very hard to read. So I am featuring those bands and artists on certain festivals that we have done in the past and that we will do this year. So the first one that we are doing this year is one of the granddaddies of them all, Bonnaroo. Bonnaroo 2025, ladies and gentlemen. The lineup this year, let's just go through it. My gosh. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard are doing a three-night, three-set residency, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But let's kick it off with Thursday because this is a four-night festival. It is June 12th to the 15th. Today is the 10th, so this gives you a couple days to start looking at these bands and artists. But like I said, the headliners, Thursday night, we've got Luke Combs, Dom Dalla, Marcus King, Insane Clown Posse, Daniel Donato's Cosmic Country, Wildorado, which is a band we're going to see later, Dogs in a Pile, which we've seen before, and the Drop Teens, who are a South by Southwest alum. Friday night, we've got Tyler the Creator, John Summit, Glass Animals, Goose, The Red Clay Strays, Rainbow Kitten Surprise, Megadeth. That's interesting. And then I'm trying to see if there's any bands the rest of Friday that either played at South by or we featured. No. Saturday, we've got Olivia Rodrigo, Avril Lavigne, who just played in Hershey this week or last weekend, Mountjoy, who just put out a new album, Nelly, Tyla, Modest Mouse. So Saturday's lineup is pretty good. And yeah. And then we've got, oh, and then Saturday, the late night Remy Wolf's Insanely Fire 1970s Pool Party Super Jam, and Arcade Fire presents Santa Parada. I don't know what that means, but anytime seeing Arcade Fire live at Bonnaroo is going to be a treat. And then to end it on Sunday, the headliner, Hozier, Vampire Weekend, Queens of the Stone Age, which is awesome, Glorilla, Remy Wolf, Dispatch, Jack's Mannequin, Natasha Bedingfield, which that's really cool that she's playing. And they are introducing this year the Infinity Stage, which is the world's largest 360-degree spatial audio experience. That is Bonnaroo for you this year. But before we get into these bands, let's give you a little bit of history. So, Jonathan Mayers and Ashley Capps, they co-founded this iconic, let's say, American institution of the festival scene in 2002, and 70,000 people showed up. 23 years later, and days before the 2025 edition is about to begin, we get some heartbreaking news about Jonathan. Ladies and gentlemen, he passed away this week. And the Bonnaroo World and organizers are obviously saddened and shocked by the sudden passing of this creative force who also founded Outside Lands Music Festival in San Francisco. In memory, the festival has announced they are planting a tree on the farm in Manchester, Tennessee, as the 65,000 people in attendance will hopefully pay their respect. For those of you going this weekend, have fun, stay hydrated, have a spreadsheet of all the bands that you want to see, and stay cool. And for all of those of you not going, Hulu is once again the home of Bonnaroo's live stream. It's all weekend, and you can check out their website and app for their schedule. So, ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, the bottom line on the bottom lines, Bonnaroo. We've got four artists and bands. The first artist is her name is Goldie Boutier. The albums that she has put out are the Actress EP last year, Emerald Year, which was on 2023, and Cowboy Gangster Politician, which was her debut EP in 2022. The three songs that I'm featuring, The Actress, King of Possibilities, and Cowboy Gangster Politician. Ladies and gentlemen, Nova Scotia born and singing since 5 years old, Goldie moved to Los Angeles at 21 years old, and Ryan Tedder from One Republic discovered her, and she signed a record deal soon to Interscope Records. She has sang with Diplo and Steve Aoki, and had her career take off when she met a French producer in 2017 in LA and got on a plane and moved to Paris to record music. On top of a music career, she is a successful model and performed under the name Kay, and her DJ name was Goldilocks, but Locks spelled like salmon. Her indie pop and alt country sound had her open for Orville Peck, and she finished her first European tour this spring. And ladies and gentlemen, there are songs that you hear from her, and in particular, King of Possibilities, where she sounds a lot like Stevie Nicks. There's this like Fleetwood Mac vibe to her. I think she's going to be a star, and that's why I had her kick this off. Goldie Boutier from Nova Scotia, Canada. So there you have it, the first artist that we're featuring. The second band, man, oh man. These guys are called the Stews. The albums are Chicken Fight from last year, What Was from 2022, and their self-titled EP in 2021. The three songs that I'm featuring are Dissension, On Hold, and Fireline. And On Hold, you're going to hear again from another band, one of their songs. I swear it was completely coincidental. These Alabama boys who formed the band at Auburn University with influences by the Beatles, Led Zeppelin, and 70s rock overall, have recorded songs in Muscle Shoals and Charleston, where they live now. This band has become a favorite of mine quickly, and they have a 3-month fall tour on the way and do a great cover of the song Valerie by Amy Winehouse. The guitar work is fantastic. The vocalist, he's got a great voice. These guys are on the up and coming. The Stews, ladies and gentlemen, check them out. You will not be disappointed if you just like pure just rock and roll. The next band or artist that we are featuring for our bottom line on the bottom lines, Bonnaroo. Her name is BB Stockwell. The albums are Driving Backwards, which came out this year, and she's had singles since 2022. The three songs that I'm featuring are Minor Inconveniences, Robbie, and Live Forever. Born in Boston, lived in New York City, and now based in Los Angeles. She started playing music at 6 years old with Berkeley students who lived nearby. It was her parents' idea, and she went with it. And Bob Dylan has been a huge musical influence on her first EP. So definitely check out BB Stockwell at Bonnaroo. I think she's playing on Saturday or Sunday. When is she playing? Nope, she's playing on Friday, my third choice. And then the last artist that we have, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Australia, Ziggy Alberts. The albums that he's had is New Love, which came out in February of this year, Made of Water, which came out in 2023, and Dancing in the Dark, which came out in 2022. The songs I'm featuring are Searching for Freedom, Stronger, and On Hold. Ding, ding, ding. You heard that song before with the Stews. This 31-year-old solo indie folk artist from the Sunshine Coast of Australia counts Xavier Rudd, who we've seen, and John Butler, who we love, as huge influences and inspirations. And he loves to surf, meditate, and busk daily. On his new album, he used voice memo recordings of nature sounds and birds singing in the trees to add to the feel of the record. From living in his van to a worldwide tour this year, where he has two rules for his fans at his concerts. Everyone have fun and sing along, and they all look out after each other. An artist who truly appreciates the life he has, and Bonnaroo is gonna love him back. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, our 4 bands and artists for our bottom line on the Bottom Line's Bonnaroo. And make sure you check out our Spotify playlist of all of the songs, 15 or 12 total, if I can do the math. And that'll be in our description of this episode. So check that out and all those songs. So you have our artists, Goldie Boutier, The Stews, BB Stockwell, and Ziggy Alberts. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. I didn't even say what I usually say at the beginning. Don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe to our YouTube channel, our social media pages. That helps us. That helps the bands and artists that we feature. Also, check out our sponsor, RAR Outfitters. That's RAWR. Outfitters.com. Don't just wear, rawr. I guess I was so excited from, doing this bottom lines that I completely forgot about that. But ladies and gentlemen, what I won't forget, as always, I've been Dogg. You've been great. This is the Music Lab Podcast.